So I have saved it in DXF format. Can you see the screen here? So in this particular project, if I go to the ETABS model here, you can see that there is a drawing1.dxf file. This DXF file, we have to open the ETABS software and we can import that file to the ETABS software. So that one, so that file is opened. If you click on the ETABS icon and if you open it, so once you open this one, you have file, import, and DXF file of architectural grid is what you have to select. And then directly to the location where you have saved the DXF file. If you open that and click on this file, it will ask in meters, in DXF file units in meters, and you have to select which one you want to import. If you say OK, the file will be imported to the ETABS screen, where you can save this file as trial one, some file name I'm giving, and then saving it to the folder of ETABS model, and just clicking on save. So once you do that one, you will get this plan and elevation 3D view. So this is the plan that you have imported from the AutoCAD file. Last time it gave a little bit of trouble in importing it, but as soon as I completed the class in the last session, I just closed everything and I have refreshed it and I have opened it. Immediately it got opened. Last time it did not open, I remember that. But the software is like that. We just refreshed everything, and immediately when I tried the same procedure, it got open, right? So all the slant lines are the column locations, and there are grids that have been also shown over here, where you can switch off the grid lines, and you have the model and you can model it. So this, after importing it, it is very easy. You can simply on the lines you can give the column locations and mark them, and it is quite easy. Why you have not tried this part? Yes, can anyone answer me why you have not tried and I have pasted over here? See, this is the center line diagram of the beams and location of the columns, which I have extracted from the original architectural plan for the ground floor. Now, the similar way, you can also extract the floor plan, first floor plan from the architectural drawing with column locations at the same. Column locations cannot be changed because I hope you know the reason for that, because they should be in a straight line. They cannot be in the ground floor. Whatever the column locations are there, it should continue to the first and second floor. So those column locations and beam locations, you have to draw the center line like diagram like this, and you can copy this one and save it in DXF format. You can copy it to the new folder where you don't have all the files. Otherwise, ETABS will not. You will have some errors over there. So you copy this file and save it as DXF file. save it as DXF file. Here I am saving it as DXF 2018. I'm using this one, and I'm saving it in the particular file. I'm just replacing the older file, and I'm closing this file. You need to close this AutoCAD file, because if it is opened over here, you will not be able to open it in the ETABS file. Right, I have saved it in DXF format and I have closed it in a particular location. Now I'll go to the ETABS software and go to the import option in the files. And there is an option called draw file of architectural grid. You can use that. Or you can use DXF file of 3D model. And click on this drawing DXF file, and immediately it's going to ask the what you want to extract from this AutoCAD file. So I'm going to save it in meters, and I'm going to extract beams. I'm going to select the beams, and then these are all default properties which are not required. Just select on the beams and keep a global up direction Z as in the up direction only, and just click on OK. So it is going to create the file here with story height. You can keep it as 3.5, and only with one story I am creating this file. It is going to ask you the ETABS is going to save it in its format, in EDB format. So I'm just overwriting on trial 1, or you can give any other file name and click on save. Yes, I want to overwrite it, and say yes. Right. So this is the grid, and this is the center line diagram that we have extracted from the AutoCAD, and you can see that this is the center line diagram that we have extracted from AutoCAD with all the coordinates over here. Right. So this is the center line diagram from AutoCAD. From here, we have to develop the columns and beams. So by default, it is taking some properties. So once you do this exercise, you can create the properties like material properties, whatever are there, like columns and what is the grade of concrete and steel, by using define and go to the add new property. Select Indian standard, first concrete, and I'm going to take M30 grade of concrete. Just add this material property, and similarly you add steel. Here we have, for the Indian, you have to use steel as rebar. You should not select steel. Steel is for different sections, this I sections and channel sections and angle sections. Those are fabricated steel. This is the reinforcement that we use in the concrete. So you have different grades of here for the steel. You can take Fe415 grade of steel and click on OK. And the properties of the steels will be over here. You can understand them, these properties later clearly. So I've created grade of concrete and grade of steel. Close it. And then I'm going to create the section properties, that is click on add new property and concrete. And I'm going to create column section. And I'm going to go select the material as M30, which is the material that I have created. And here the depth I'm going to give it as 600, and thickness I'm going to give it as 300 mm. and the reinforcement details of here, select this. Make sure that this design type is selected. Longitudinal bars, you give a HYSD 415, which you have created, and these are all the remaining properties of the concrete, like what is the cover that you have to follow, what is the minimum number of bars in the first and second direction, and longitudinal bar size, corner bar size areas. You have to give, or you can change it. Yes, you have raised hand, somebody. Niharika.
Sir, only
Yes.
Alanis, sir, unavailable license.
Okay, after the meeting, you just first uninstall the complete program. I will tell you.
Okay, sir.
First, you uninstall and keep it ready. I'll tell you what to do.
Okay,
So after this, you have to click on OK, and then again you have added column over here. I can add new property, rectangle. Select the rectangle one, and this time I'm going to give beam, and the material over here is M30 grade of concrete, and beam depth also I'm giving it 600 into 300 for the time being. Later on, you can change the section, and this time make sure that the M3 design only. Select on this option and select the grade of concrete, the grade of steel over here, and say OK. So once you complete this part, click on OK. So beams and columns are created, and then you can say OK. Then you can go to the slab section. Click on slab 1, or you can click on add new property, or you can modify the show property on slab 1. I'm going to keep it as slab 1 and material over here M30 grade of concrete, and I'm going to select shell thick, and I'm going to give the slab thickness as 150 mm. It is more than enough. 150 will be on higher side, and say OK. Of course, we have to check the one-way shear and one-way and two-way bending. Then only we can say whether 150 is also safe or not. That in the design part we'll see. So for the time being, I'm taking 150 mm as thickness of the slab, and say OK. So we have given the section properties and the material properties. Next, you have to assign the section properties to the grid system that we have created, or already it is assigned over here. You see that it is assigned as section property as FSCC1. Some section has been assigned to the each and every member as same property. So you can change the property over here by simply clicking on selecting all the members. So these are all beams, right? Of course, these slant lines are not even beams or columns. They will be deleted later on. So I'm not bothered whether I'm going to give what property to this one. I will not be bothered. So anyhow, I'm going to delete them later on. So I'm selecting all the beams over here, and I'm going to click on the beam property over here. And here you have the property of on the left side bottom. You can see F section 1. Click over there, and you can see that whatever beams you have created, that will be created over here. So click on the beams, and okay, already it is there now. So if there are no beams, then you can do that access. Otherwise, you can go to the properties over here. So here on the left side properties, you can go to the frame sections, and beams will be there. So select all the beams over here, and simply click on the beams, drag it and keep it over here. So automatically all the red color one is saying that it will be changed. So just drag it onto the screen, just and click over here. So all the members will be changed into the beams. Okay. Next, columns. So this actually this is in which floor? This is at 0 level. So if I go down here, 3.5, this is the bottom level, right? So the same thing over here, I want to replicate this. I want to select the entire grid system. First, I'll give the columns and then delete it. So go to the columns over here on the left side and select below the properties are given. Just select on the columns and then so actually there is no grid. This is at the bottom floor. First, I have to replicate this, or I have to click on draw. Draw is better. Then go to the draw option. Draw beam column object, and click on draw beam column over here, and select the column from here, and just click on the position on the particular into mark wherever the slant lines are there, where you want the column. You can click over there, right? If I want the column over here, you can just click on that intersection point. So at this joint, I want the column. So what is the length of the column? So it is 3 meters. So to draw the column, there is no grid. It is getting snapped. There is no grid. So first I'll replicate this one. I'll copy the entire plan and go to edit, and there is an option called duplicate. Click on that one, and along the story, along the linear height that is along y, I'm going to give the distance as 3 meters or 3.5, or radial or story. In story 1, this is the base story 1. On story 1, I'm going to replicate. Click on apply. Okay, it got replicated on story 1, and say okay. So here we are having now you are having 2 points. So the first and the second point from 3D view, you can connect them to get the column allocations. Before that, it is confusing to have 2 slant lines, so you can delete one of the slant line by simply going to the edit one story option on the right side bottom. You can see one story option is there. Go there, make sure that one story is there, and then select these lines and delete them. So these lines are getting deleted in the bottom story. So there are several ways of doing this procedure. I am just deleting these lines so that there will not be any confusion. and just simply click on delete. Once you select these lines, click on delete. These lines are remaining, so select them and click on delete. Okay, now this is your floor plan at the bottom level. So now from here, what you do is that go to the quick draw column, click on this quick draw column. Make sure the property of here is column, and go to the top view and simply click on the intersection point of here. At all the intersection points, if you click, the column will be created. Okay, the column will be created like this. So if you click over here, the column is created. So at every junction, you can create the column. Wherever you have these into slant lines, you can create the column. See, all this is to get the results accurately. This distances, if you draw it, there will be some human errors. But if you do it in this manner for any structure, to 100%, the distances error will not be there. Okay. Once you give these columns, you can give them. You can draw. Make sure that there is a snap option that is going to come here, joint option. If it is going to come, then sometimes it is not going to show. Then we'll see this later because not getting joint. It's not coming out there. So like this, we have to give the columns and names. Now you can delete these slant lines. Just selecting all of them and deleting them. Okay. You can also delete these nodes are also there. You can delete these nodes. Okay, so this is your plan. Now if you see the 3D view, the structure is like this, and at the bottom floor you don't have the beams over there like that. So what I will go to do is that I'm going to delete the base story. This is my first, and it is at 0 level. So at 0 level there is no beam, so I'm selecting all these beams and deleting. Okay, I've deleted them. Now if you see the 3D view, you can see only the story over here, and the joints also have been assigned. At the top floor you can remove them. So this is my floor plan for the AutoCAD drawing that I have created. This is my floor plan. I also want to delete this grid because this is of no use. Go to the edit story grid system. Click on modify show grid system over here. Here I don't want any grid. These two grids are not of no use for me because I have imported from AutoCAD. So I'll just click on refresh view and click on OK. So that grid also has been, so you can delete this node over here. This is your plan, right? So this is the plan which is transferred from the AutoCAD. This is what I have transferred from the AutoCAD. So this much of effort. So for the first time it will be difficult, as I always say, initially it is going to be difficult. But once you get to used to this one and accomplished to this one, then any structure, any difficult structures, see it is all clumsy and it is confusing. So you cannot directly where the beams are coming, where the columns are coming. You cannot see this one and directly you cannot measure this distance and type it over there in ETABS. It is better to create the center line diagram, and that center line diagram you can export it into the software, and you can make sure that it will come out in this portion so that you will have accurate distances, even point to the after the point 3 digits, up to the 3 digits or 4 digits. The system will the software will automatically give the accurate results. Okay, so this is how we have to do it. Then after creating like this, you can replicate the same file. Go to the 3D view, but before that you have to delete these joints. So for the joints, what I'm going to do is that plan view close, and I'm going to select all these joints over here. Make them as okay. I've just removed the joints over there. See the 3D view now. There are no joints over here at this intersection. Before they used to be, they also got copied over there. So this is my floor plan. Now the same plan you can copy the entire plan, and you can replicate this one to the height of 3.5, or you can uh, go to the edit replicate option. You have replicate option, and height this time I'm going to give the same height 3.5, and if I click on apply, you can see over here it is showing Sorry, this is the story, right? Modify story list. Select this entire file. Modify. We can go to the can add one more story over here. Add a story. Then story height. I want to keep it as 3 meters. The next story height. And set up a story one. I say okay. Just added over there, and if you say okay, refresh and say okay, this is the story that has been the same story has been replicated over here like this. But the beams are, if I see the plan view of second story, you can see that these beams should be modified based on the input that is there in the AutoCAD file. You have to change it. So this is how you have to do it.